Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 2019 Nerdsmith Subdrive. My name is Will Crosswait. I will be your host and DM for this evening, along with all of these lovely people who are playing D&D with me tonight. So what we're doing here is we've got a subscription drive, just telling people a little bit about what we do here at Nerdsmith, and telling you about the ways that you can help support what we do. We've got a number of different tiers of ways that you can help support our creations, and also get some lovely rewards as a way of us giving back to you. So we've got different levels of tiers. You can pay $5, $10, $20, $35 a month if you like what we're doing. And we've got different ways of thanking you. We've got enamel pins for our $10 a month subscribers. We've got a D20 from Die Hard Dice, and I know some of our players here tonight are going to be rolling with Die Hard Dice tonight. Yeah, there we go. Look at those beautiful dice. So check out what we're doing here. If you like what you see, feel free to go to nerdsmith.org/subdrive for more information. Now let's get into the game. Before we get into it, I'd like to go around and introduce everyone, talk about where to find you online and who you are. So let's start with Kiri.
Hi guys, like Will said, I'm Kiri. You can find me on Twitter at ExileFromLife and on pretty much every other social media as Find Your Anchor Point. I am a DM for my own home game, nice homebrew game that I've been working on for way too long, about 5 years now. I am a writer, a teacher, and a very, very casual artist. So, hi, and thanks for joining us.
Wonderful. Allie, can you say a little bit about yourself?
I'm Allie. You can find me all over nerdy stuff in too many chats at once and probably making like 500,000 GIFs that I don't actually have time to make. But yeah.
Awesome. And Russell, you're up.
Oh, hello. Yes, I'm Russell. Hello. I have been I have been part of D&D for like 3 years. No, it's longer than that. It's like 2015. I am part of Countless Heroes for the network, which is a lot of fun. We're terrified that we're all going to die on a daily basis, which is fun. I'm also a part of Geek Thyself now, which we talk about nerdy and geeky and anything we really want to topics, which we recently covered some Burke and Hare murder mysteries, we've covered superheroes, and we've covered Doctor Who. And that's just in the last 3 weeks. So we cover
Amazing.
a lot of things. We cover a lot of things all at once. Apart from that, yeah, that's pretty much me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Zach, last but very not least.
Hi, I'm Zach. You probably see below that we're kind of a little screwed up, but it's okay. Hi, I'm Zach. You can find me on Twitter at DuskFayDruid, and I post a lot of random stuff about Nerdsmith there. You'll also find me at the Nerdsmith public Discord, where I run one-shots weekly. Other than that, you'll find me on this channel streaming Countless Heroes, where I play a Goliath gardener who kicks ass, takes names, and plays with his awakened trees. That's pretty much it for me.
All right. Well, if you guys are ready to go, I think we're going to get into some D&D.
Okay.
All right. So,
how do we do this?
I'll kick you off if you don't mind. So, in a world where people have moderately powerful superpowers, you have been chosen as this city's protector, hovering over the windswept streets of New York. Is a wonderful airship, complete with grinding gears and huge billowing balloons. Now, in this headquarters, house the four of you. You are known around as the Averagengers, and I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that. I'm sure we're going to get it wrong every single time. But why don't you go around and tell us a little bit about your character and what you're doing in the Averagengers headquarters? Let's start with Kiri again.
So my character's Katie, and currently she is finding the nearest sunny spot, probably like up on deck. You said we were on an airship, right?
Yes, on an airship.
Yeah, so she's up on deck sunbathing as best as possible, given that it's probably cold, considering we're above the ground. She's just kind of hanging out and waiting for something to happen.
Yeah, you see, the smog is kind of getting to you today. It's the ozone is definitely hitting your palate. But you're enjoying the wind as you kind of make circles around the city, and you get a nice glimpse of the city skyline. It's quite lovely up here. Allie, do you wanna go next? Tell us a little bit about your character.
Yeah, so I'm playing Bennett Bishop. They're probably have set themselves up with some sort of desk. Their papers that they brought home from work, they brought some stuff from the office, and they're kind of not paying a lot of attention, kind of trying to get all the stuff that their boss needs them to do by the next work day finished.
So where do you work?
Some very generic corporation. I really like their decent benefits.
Oh yeah, you gotta have the superhero gig. Terrible benefits.
Yeah.
Do you have a secret identity?
Yeah, I'm the Flashback.
But no one at work knows that you're the Flashback.
No one at work knows that I'm the Flashback.
Just an average, ordinary person.
Yep, just an ordinary person. I mean, in general, they often forget about me anyway, but I'm pretty good at my job, so it works.
But you
out.
You remember.
Yeah.
All right, Russell, you wanna take the lead next? What are you doing right now?
Brent, or Brent Shetland, is currently just relaxing, like any good muscle therapist would when they're not busy. He has no qualifications to be a muscle therapist, and has gotten by skating through life with the fact that he has the ability to heal light wounds and light injuries and issues by laying on people for an indeterminate amount of time. Yes, it's weird, but just go with it. That is what he tells every single one of his patients, and it always works eventually.
It does. Lay on hands is an odd spell, but sometimes you just have to do things to make it work.
Sometimes it's just works out like that. So he's real good at just smothering people, and then suddenly they're conscious again, and sometimes that doesn't work, so it makes things more difficult. Yeah.
Where are you right now? Are you just lounging? Are you hanging out watching TV?
Yeah, he's just lounging, probably reading a book. Glasses
very nice,
pushed up to his nose. They're a little thick, kind of similar to these, but they're a bit wider around the sort of brim. So they kind of cover a lot of the top of their head. All
right.
So yeah.
And Zach, what is your character doing as everyone is kind of taking a calm, relaxed position around the ship?
He is. So you see this individual in a kind of custodian jumper, leaning over next to a bunch of plants, and is just kind of like talking to them. This individual with long hair, kind of a dazed look in their eye, Solomon Dragora, is mostly a custodian, but sometimes he's also known to be a kind of an expert on herbalism, as he works for Google Herb, this place where you get the finest of herbs. So yeah, he's just playing with some plants.
Now, did you have any part in helping fix up the ship at all? Or are you taking part in any of the mechanisms behind the ship? Any gadgets that you've been working on in your spare time?
He doesn't really work on much gadgets, but he has been coaxing some vine work in like behind some panels that like hold stuff together.
Very, very cool. Yeah, so you've probably, as the ship has taken some wear and tear over the years of fighting various villains, I'm sure that your plants are now kind of holding the seams of this ship together. Now, as you guys are relaxing, you hear an alert start buzzing, and you go to the TV, and of course the TV it takes a while to get to the actual news that the alert is buzzing about. You never flip to the channel at the exact moment of time, so you sit through a commercial. It's a commercial for pesticide. Total destruction kills all living things except corn in a 10-mile radius. Use it on your garden. All of us. Solomon, make me a wisdom saving throw.
18 on the die.
You hold it together. You hold it together. You keep the calm. Maybe you roll something up and kind of just smell it, just to kind of calm yourself.
Katie will reach over and like pat Solomon just on the arm. It's okay. It's okay.
All of a sudden, a breaking news segment pops up. This is Flip Whitney reporting live from New York with a harrowing tale. Killer bees have been unleashed upon the city center. Could this be the work of infamous Dr. Bees? There is a picture of a man in a white supersuit with a giant blue bee in the center of his chest. He has a slim mustache and a monocle, and he is wearing a literal beehive around his waist. All of the alarms in your headquarters are flashing. What do you do?
I mean, I support what he's doing. I mean, bees need to be protected.
but they're killer bees.
I don't care.
You do see live images of the center of the city as people are screaming and running. There is utter chaos, and you can see swarms of bees that are attacking people.
Oh God, no!
Well, why don't we
cage again.
relocate the bees instead of like killing them?
That's a good idea.
So how do you go about doing this?
You know, if you get smoke, they'll fall asleep because they breathe through like some like parts of their body. They don't have lungs, actually. You know that, right? So we get some smoke. Does anyone do some smoke?
Or maybe some rain?
I can't do
Are there
rain.
any gadgets around the headquarters that might be able to produce smoke or rain? Anyone feeling some gadgets?
Katie just kind of looks at the wiring and is like, oh, we can make smoke. We can make smoke real quick.
Katie, roll me a investigation check as you're trying to put together a gadget real quick.
That's a big 3.
Okay, yeah. So you start pulling apart panels and you grab some of the vines that Solomon has created and you just start tying them together and you have a big bundle of vines. That's what you've got right now in your hands. And you guys are all kind of floating over the city very slowly, about 100 feet up maybe from the city.
That stuff's pretty potent, so just be careful with that, all right?
Yeah, what about...
Hey, I can't light it on fire. I'm just throwing it. Someone light it on fire, and then smoke. Fire, smoke. Problem solved.
That doesn't seem like it conforms to like most of the safety regulations, so that's a little worrying if we're going to do this over the city. Like, just on fire, you know? I don't know about that.
I've never been one to really follow OSHA standards, so...
I mean, they keep people safe.
Bennett, roll me a history check to see if you can remember all of the paperwork that you've done and see if you can remember anything related to fire in the city.
That's a 21. I know my standards.
Oh, you absolutely know that this is totally not up to code. This is very much under the vigilante code of justice.
Yeah, like I know that we're really like out there, you guys, but like this seems like it could get us in a lot of trouble, and I don't know, like
Don't be a drag, man. You're cool, all right? It's
it
cool.
could set someone on fire, and I just like, I mean, yeah, I don't think this is a great idea.
I'm freaking out.
Well,
What
could we place it somewhere and then like have some firefighters standing by with like hose, you know?
Why would they want gardening equipment?
I mean, like, I feel like if we're doing that, the firefighters could do that, but I feel like they're trained for that. I don't know.
Brent,
but, like,
roll
also,
me
I feel like we have a
history
lot of
check.
flammable stuff.
Oh, good. Natural one.
You think you may have done massage on a firefighter, but it turns out that upon looking through your phone, it was just a stripogram.
Oh, that's why he gave me the card. If I wanted a good time. Oh.
Katie's gonna look over at the card and be like, "Oh no, that one's a scam."
No.
Firefighters don't usually have pull-away pants. Yeah.
But what about if they need to get their pants off really quickly?
It's usually no.
Who said that?
What?
I have your ship starts talking to you
Jarvis?
and then cuts out.
Marvis?
Phyllis?
So what are you guys doing? You have your ball of vines. You have your OSHA standards. You are hovering above the city. How are you? Are you attempting to fly the ship towards the danger, or do you have any sort of parachutes that you're going to jump out of? How are you guys getting to the scene of the action?
Definitely parachutes.
Oh, I can float down.
Oh yeah, okay. So everyone starts strapping into these parachutes that are very shoddily held together. There are vines just kind of coming off them every which way, and Katie's just kind of standing there, kind of flipping a coin in the air, just kind of waiting. You guys have seen this before.
I mean, really, if everybody just jumps, I can make all of us float.
Do you guys continue putting on your parachutes?
I like precautions. Even though I would like her to help me float, I'm going to also put on my parachute, and then I'll see how fast I'm going before I decide whether I'm going to pull it or not.
Do you remember the last time you said that you could make us float, and we did float up until the last 2 seconds, and then
yes, but we did technically win the Guinness Book of World Records for belly flop.
But we also broke our noses in 3 places.
I mean, you did. I was wearing my parachute.
This is why I'm putting the parachute on.
I trust you, Katie.
So we've got 2.
No. Russell has a good point. She straps on her own parachute. Like, fine.
And you remember that time when you fell, and then you needed muscle therapy, and it took me like 7 minutes to get the thing working. It was real bad. It was really uncomfortable.
The light starts flashing. It's red, 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 green, and all of a sudden the door opens and the wind is rushing by, and you are now exposed to the elements once more. What do y'all do?
Solomon grabs his plant and jumps out.
Which plant do you grab?
He grabs his Venus flytrap.
Good, solid choice. As you all jump out of the airship, you have an utterly beautiful view of the city. This is the kind of view of the city that very few people get, and it makes you very, very happy to be a superhero as the wind is pulling your face in terrible directions, doing awful things to your hair, Solomon. I'm so sorry. And you guys, everyone make me an intelligence check.
17.
16.
3.
How we doing there, Bennett?
7.
Good. Okay, so Bennett, Katie, you guys pull your cords at the proper moment. You've trained for this. The other two, you kind of you're looking off. You're looking at your plant. You're noticing some of these bees, and you're starting to kind of get a little freaked out. And it takes you a little second before oh shoot, I'm going way too fast. And you pull the cord, and your parachutes deploy. But you are hurtling toward the ground at a very fast pace.
Katie can't help
Do
me.
you want to float or what?
Please.
Okay, Katie's gonna try to wink and let
Excellent. So describe your power for the audience, just so we know they know what's about to happen.
Katie's powers rely on her being able to wink properly or with one eye, like that. But
That is
she
a wink.
tends to do what Kit Harington does and wink with both eyes.
So go ahead and roll me a Constitution check.
15.
Okay, yeah, you manage to steel yourself, and your eye remains open as you attempt to wink with the other. And which spell are you casting?
Featherfall.
Yes. So you all suddenly your velocity stops, almost as if you've been pulled by a bungee cord, and you float gently and calmly to the ground with your parachutes flapping behind you uselessly. You are now on the ground, and you are in the city center, and there is complete panic in the streets. People are running to and fro. They're being assaulted by these swarms of huge, angry wasps. Everyone make me a perception check.
16.
15.
8.
15.
Everyone except for Bennett, you guys see a flash of color in one of the swarms. But you shake it off. It doesn't. You look again. It doesn't really seem to be there. But for a second, you could have sworn you saw something bee-shaped but not bee-colored. But you ignore. It must have been a trick of the mind. What are you guys doing?
Assume your secret identities. And he pulls out.
How do you suit up?
Did you not do that already?
No.
Katie's transformation is very Sailor Moon-like.
Beautiful.
I was definitely already wearing my outfit while on the ship.
Well, I have to carefully time my transformation, otherwise it gets a little wonky. Especially, this is not the longest skirt, okay? It gets real embarrassing in the air.
Solomon, how are you trying to put on your super suit?
He essentially he pulls some soil out of his pocket and then wipes it on his face and up like this. And as it does, he casts Druidcraft and spores out a bunch of vines that come down across his face. So he has dark across his eyes and then just vines like dreads.
War paint.
Mandragora.
Yes.
Brent sees this and assumes his own identity by tearing off his shirt, so he's just got an undershirt on, and then grabbing his own glasses and breaking them. Before
no one will recognize you.
Before screaming, "We have to protect the people from the bees!" and running at them with his collapsible warhammer coming out.
Great.
Ah!
So Brent rushes off, leaving the rest of you standing there in your super suits. Are you following, or are you attempting to resolve this situation in another direction?
Katie's gonna kind of look around and be like, "Guess we're running in heels again." Okay, and takes off.
Katie. Okay. light the thing. He'll like snap his fingers and try to cause like little sparks to go over to the vines. Just run around and kind of wave it around and get the smoke going. Get everyone to, feel the motion.
Can I try to cast sleep on some of the bees?
Absolutely. How does sleep work again? I know it's a hit point thing. I want to be reminded.
Let's see. I roll 5d8, and the total is how many hit points of creatures this spell can affect within, and then it's creatures within 20 feet of a point that I choose.
Great. Now, for the audience, would you mind explaining your superpower?
Yeah, so it's like slightly less related to this part, but I got hooked up with some more like little skills to like help me keep my job because I was to become a superhero and lose my benefits. And so I needed like things to help me get out of work fast in case there was an emergency. So I just have some fun little things, but my superpower, it's so cool. I can see into the past like a whole like 2 minutes sometimes. Some people tell me that it's just remembering, but that's absolutely ridiculous of them, and it's very powerful, and everyone understands that, right?
That is in fact your superpower. You can remember everything that happens to you about 30 seconds ago.
Yeah. Sometimes longer, but not usually.
Sometimes longer. In fact, if you would like, you can go ahead and roll me. What's your spellcasting ability?
It's intelligence.
Perfect. Yeah, go ahead and give me a intelligence check, and let's see if you remember anything in particular.
Yeah. That's a 16.
You do in fact remember something. You weren't able to see it in the chaos of the battle, but you do remember seeing a very oddly colored bee. As you were landing. This most bees are simply yellow, but this was a green bee.
Ooh.
You are not entirely sure what that means, but you definitely remember seeing a green bee 30 seconds ago. Now go ahead and tell me what you're doing with your sleep spell.
Okay, so I think I can just cast it, and then it will take effect to the creatures with the lowest HP in the area that I cast it on. But it's not a super large area.
Yeah, so go ahead and roll those dice for me.
Okay.
Good luck.
And while you're doing that, Brent, can you make me a dexterity saving throw as you run directly into a swarm of bees?
That's a 28.
28? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you watch as actually Brent, he runs forward and he's about to be assaulted by this swarm of bees, but you don't have to make that roll anymore because they all fall to the ground asleep. You can see that there are other bee swarms that are attacking people further in. But Brent, you are suddenly surrounded by a bunch of sleeping bees on the ground.
Onward.
Is the green bee one of them?
The green bee is not one of them.
Oh.
However, you can make a investigation check if you'd like to look over your quarry.
Yeah.
Brent, you can go ahead and make that dex save now.
Yep. 5.
Good. You take a point of damage as a bee goes straight into your forehead and stings you.
Oh no, I'm allergic to bee stings. That makes me angry. And he's gonna rage.
18 for the investigation.
Okay, you see one particular bee looks slightly yellower than the others, but that's all you see.
I want to like pick it up and like gently put it into like basically like an empty pencil case in my binder.
Okay, you have a yellow bee in your pencil case.
Okay.
Solomon, Katie, what are you guys doing as this chaos is unfolding?
Solomon just kind of has his hands out, just like, everyone stay calm. We're here to save you.
Make a charisma check.
It's a 6.
Good. So you watch as a couple people slow down and they look at you, and then they run off even more frantic than they were before.
Okay.
Katie, what are you doing amidst this chaos?
So she was running after Brent. So she like kind of stops as soon as she sees the bees, and she's like very carefully like nudging them out of the way with the tip of her shoes. Like, oh, sorry, excuse me, pardon me. Ugh. Sorry, Solomon. Just kind of like nudges them. I'm sorry.
Make a dexterity check.
$17.
Yeah, you manage. You're very careful. You value your friendship well, and you do not step on any bees, which is very kind of you. Everyone, roll initiative, please.
Cool.
19.
I need a pencil. Who was 19?
Katie.
That was nearly a natural 20.
A 10 for Bennett.
10 for Bennett.
A 10 for Brent, too.
Great. Do you guys have a preference who goes first? I'll let you choose.
I'm not first. Whatever. Whatever's fine.
Solomon rolled a natural 20. That's a 21.
Ooh. All right.
Dang.
We're going to do alphabetical order. So, Bennett, you're going to be up first, and then Brent.
This is why Solomon goes first, obviously, because you're an alphabet.
All right. So, we are in the middle of a chaotic mess of a city. People are running around, screaming. They are getting in your way. But, Solomon, you have the initiative. What would you like to do as you see swarms of bees, maybe 20, 30, 50 feet off, all around you? Is there anything you would like to do?
I would like to. I will pull off my back my mop and wiggle it around, and as it does, little seeds that like begin to kind of roll up the sides begin to sprout out as like vines around it, and then I go forward and start smacking bees away.
Excellent. Go ahead and roll me an attack.
It's a 19 on the die.
19 hits. Go ahead and roll that mop damage.
That is a total of a 5 damage.
5 damage. Yeah. All right. Is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
Nope. I'm just right there. That's my bonus action and my action.
You're in the middle of this swarm of wasps, and it is chaotic. And but you swipe at it, and you see as 3 wasps kind of fall to the ground, and the rest start swarming angrily towards you. Up next, Katie, what are you doing?
Can I see Dr. Bees? Is he actually
Make
there?
me a perception check. That's going to be your action if you want to look for Dr. Bees.
That's a non-natural 20.
Okay, so you see out of the corner of your eye a flash of silver, and you see as it disappears into an alleyway, maybe 20 feet away from you. Now there are bees in between you and the alleyway, but you recognize that this could be a part of his costume. You have movement and a bonus action if you would like to use it, Katie. Do you want to do anything with your movement, Katie, or a bonus action?
Sorry, I was cameras.
No worries.
What did you say about finding Dr. Bees? I'm so sorry.
No, you're good. We're experiencing some technical issues.
difficulties. Error exists between chair and keyboard.
Always. So you see a flash of silver that you recognize could be part of Dr. B's uniform.
Okay.
You see it disappear down an alleyway, maybe 10 or 15 feet away from you. However, there are bees in between you and it, if you wanted to go investigate.
She's going to try to not run, but, like, very carefully trying not to, like, piss off the bees. Just being like, I'm sorry.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage because they're bees.
That's a 6.
Awesome. So, you kind of step carefully, and then you see as this swarm of bees just kind of hovers between you and the alleyway, and it's kind of making this wall between you and it. Now, if you want to go through the wall, you can, but you can tell that these bees are not susceptible to your charms.
Hey, guys!
Is that the end of your turn?
We found it. Yeah.
All right. Up next, we have Bennett. What are you doing?
So I don't know if I've told you guys this, but I'm not very good in, like, combat or stuff like that.
Good.
So...
You planned your character exactly as I asked you to.
I'm gonna go... I guess I'm just gonna go, like, join Katie to see what she's looking at and kind of, like, eye out the bees to try to make a plan, but definitely am too timid to push forward more than that.
Excellent. You do so, and as you do, please roll me a intelligence check.
$15.
All right, with a 15, there were bees over there, and now they're over here, and you know this precisely because you can see exactly where they were 2 minutes ago. Up next, we have...
I think, did you say me? Because your mic...
Yes, Brent. Sorry.
You went, and it's... and then the mic just cuts off.
I will do my best to keep my finger on...
It's fine, it's just... So he went to swing, and now the bees are gone. And now he's kind of been giving a commotion over in this kind of direction. So he's going to
see commotion.
Going to run at those bees and try and cut through the bees.
Run at the bees. Do it.
Running at the bees and try and cut a path through the bees.
Don't kill any.
Yeah. Are you attempting to make your swings non-lethal?
Sure.
Thank you.
Roll me an intelligence check through your rage.
Okay. Do you want me to roll at disadvantage?
No. You're raging.
3.
Great.
I rolled a 4.
God, those bees, they are they're not unconscious, and you really want them to be.
Nice.
Roll some attacks for me.
How many attacks?
How many do you have?
Just a 1. Just a 1. That's like 11 plus 5, so that's a 16.
Yeah, that's gonna hit. Okay. Go ahead and roll some damage.
Yeah. That's like 13 damage. That's a lot of damage.
13 damage?
I rolled a 10 and plus 3.
Wow. Yeah, so you see as this hammer, he pulls it out of his pocket, and it's Ant-Man sized, and he clicks it, and it just kind of expands. But it doesn't really expand fluidly. it kind of, the handle expands really, really, really big, and it still has the tiny little warhammer. And you take the first swing, and as you swing through the bees, the warhammer's top expands, and the concussive force blasts through quite a few bees. Solomon, roll a perception check.
Oh no.
It's a nat 1.
These bees are sleeping.
Oh, good.
Oh no!
They're just asleep. They're just asleep, Solomon. Don't you
Nice. Good job, Brent.
worry. It's the bees' turn now, so they're gonna swarm up, and they've been brutally ransacked, despite what you might think, Solomon, by Brent. So they're going to attempt to swarm you. Let's see what a bee can do on their turn. It has half HP or less. I will tell you that right now. So it's going to attempt to swarm you, but it's not going to do as much damage. So let's see if they hit. It's a 14 hit your armor class.
My armor class is 14. Yes, it does.
Well, then you're going to take some damage, my friend.
But what about if I don't want to take damage?
Do you have a thing that says I cannot take damage if I don't want to?
I have a die-hard dice.
Go ahead and roll that die hard dice for me. Let's see how lucky our sponsors are tonight.
I got a 14.
That's not a natural 20, my friend.
I think
No,
with that
You're
you
going
get,
to take.
you get half damage from the attack, maybe if it's bludgeoning,
I'm raging.
slashing, or piercing.
I'm raging. So.
You're going to take 7 damage, and I'll have it to 3 because you rolled fairly well on your die hard
There you
dice.
go.
So go ahead and take 3 piercing
Perfect.
damage
Yeah,
as
it's-
these bees swarm into your face.
It's definitely not because I get that ability as a class feature.
What's a class?
I'm barbarian. Oh no, sorry. I'm a muscle therapist. That's my class.
A muscle therapist. That's what you are. That is the end of the bees' turn. They are swarming intimidatingly in front of Katie, Bennett, and Brent right now. Solomon, you're kind of further back as of yet, but you see that this is happening as it is your turn.
Do I see any citizens that are in hurting?
Yes. You see one person has kind of fallen to the ground. They seem to be allergic to bees, and they have welts all up and down their body, and they're struggling to breathe.
Oh no! I will run over to them, and I will like scratch my head and like pull out like a little like berry, and I'll be like, "Here, friend, devour this. It'll make you feel good."
I need you to make me, you know what? Give me charisma with advantage because they're having a really hard time right now, and they'll take all the help they can get.
Devour this.
That is a 16.
16. So you see they're, yep. They take the
It's a
the
good
berry
berry,
from
man.
you, and they start chewing it. What does the berry do for them?
Gives him 1 HP.
As they chew it, they swallow it, and they start to breathe a little better.
There you go, friend.
Man, that's strong stuff. I'm feeling that. Whoa.
Pretty potent.
Oh, righteous, brother.
Shop at Google Herb, and I'll like scamper off away from them.
Your sponsorship thoroughly accomplished. Do you have any bonus action or movement you want to do?
Yeah, I want to run closer to like I see that Brent is being hurt, so I'll run over to Brent with more berries kind of coalesced in my hair.
Good. I'm sure
That's
that's
it.
sanitary.
Once again against OSHA.
Katie, it is your turn as you see Solomon rush up with his very greasy berries in his hair.
That's gross. And she's gonna turn to. Do we still have like that whole big old swarm of bees going on? That wall of bees.
It is reduced quite substantially by the presence of Brent. However, it is still there blocking your path.
Okay. Katie's gonna step up next to Brent and cast Thunderclap. Hopefully.
Excellent. Go ahead and roll me a whatever your spellcasting. Oh wait, what did we say? Constitution? Yeah, give me Constitution.
Sorry, I just have a quick question. Did you do that next to me?
Yup.
I will roll my own Constitution saving throw then.
Well, let's see what happens first.
She's a little bit like ahead of him, so it's like everything in
Sure,
front of him.
we can say that you can position yourself to do that. Maybe if you assuming you blink.
11.
Correctly. 11. All right. I'll let you do it. But I'm gonna say that Brent is also in your path.
Okay.
To be fair, I am also right there.
Great.
Next to them.
So I need everyone to make me some Constitution saving throws.
Luckily, I'm good at the Constitution saving throws, and I got an 18.
Yeah.
The bees rolled a natural 17, so I'm not sure what that does.
Oh no, Bennett.
That's a 4. I feel like I should
rolled
say
a-
this is the
I rolled a
fourth
14.
time I've rolled a 4 this game.
You are behind Solomon, so you're
Okay.
you're going to be okay for this.
Fantastic.
If it makes you feel any better, I only rolled a 1 on the damage.
Good. So you
That
take
does make me feel better.
half of 1, rounded down, rounded up to 1.
Okay, so I take 1 point rounded down, rounded up, and then rounded back down for raging. right?
Rounded back down. Yep.
Oh, I see.
No,
If he succeeded, he didn't take damage at all.
Oh.
Oh, then you're totally fine. You take 1 rounded to
Yeah, rounded down.
0. So Bennett, you take 1 point of damage as this massive wave of energy kind of disperses this swarm of bees who only return more furiously buzzing. Katie, is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
She's gonna look at the bees, look back at Bennett, and go, "That didn't work the way I wanted it to. Sorry."
Bennett, you've been hit by this concussive force, and it's blown your papers off into the distance, and you grab as many as you can, but it's not so much of a physical injury as it is a psychological injury at having to restack all of these papers. What are you doing
That
with your
hurts
turn?
me more than damage ever could. Well, I don't have much I can do this turn. I don't think I have anything I can do to these bees without seriously hurting them, because all I could do is hit them with my binder, and I don't think Solomon would be happy with me if I did that. So I might take this round to staple some of my papers together so that doesn't happen again.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll me a dexterity save to see how many papers you can collect and staple together.
That is an 8.
Good. Yeah. So some of the papers have been lost, and you can see the swarming bees have created just a stampede of people who run across cartoon style across the road, and the papers are just absorbed into this massive crowd that seems to only materialize just to grab all of the papers and then run away. You grab a handful, and you get maybe 3 or 4, and you pull out your trusty stapler, good old swing line, and you staple it together, and you are confident that these 4 papers will not be lost. And you put them away.
My question. Did I lose only office work, or did I also lose my spells that are in there?
That's a good question. I will say that one of the pieces of paper contains all of your spells, because I'm not that mean.
Okay.
Is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
No, I'm just gonna mourn the papers that got away.
Yeah. They may need a burial later. But for now,
There's nothing
it is
left
Brent's
to
turn.
bury.
After taking a moment for the papers, Brent will again realise that that's silly and then attack the bees.
Do it. How are you attacking the bees?
Big hammer.
Big hammer. Roll that big hammer.
That's not a big roll, but
Ooh, what'd you get?
I have to math. 14.
That hits.
Oh, okay then.
They are just bees. They're not anything special. They're just bees.
Well, I did 10 damage.
In which manner would you like to dissipate this swarm of bees?
Brent is sort of doing... if you've ever sort of seen Overwatch with Reinhardt and he sort of swings across the screen, he's kind of doing that and just bashing them away.
Yeah.
Get...
He's basically using it as a fly swatter, and
Yeah.
you start moving forward, kind of brandishing your hammer back and forth.
Forward!
This wave of energy brushes the bees aside, and you have a clear path to wherever Katie wants to go. And at this point, you guys can break initiative if you would like to move along, or you can go try and help some other people who are dealing with other swarms of bees. So it's your choice. We can get out of initiative right now, or you guys can go rush off and attack some more bees.
Katie's gonna run forward. Like
Katie
into the
runs
alley.
off. What are you guys doing?
I will follow.
Follow.
Yeah, I guess I'll
So-
follow too.
You guys dart as quickly as you can towards this alley. And you see, as you turn the corner, you see a man in a gray suit. He has a monocle and a mustache, and he's wearing a beehive around his waist. His back is turned, so you are not sure if it is Dr. B's because you cannot see the blue bee on his chest. However, it is suspicious, as he is frantically jumping in the air with his hand outstretched, leaping and trying to catch something. And you see he grabs something, and he opens a briefcase, and he reaches his hand in, and he closes the briefcase very quickly. And then he runs around and kind of reaches his hand out again and opens his briefcase and places whatever he's caught it back into the briefcase. And he's just doing this. He has not noticed you at all.
Can I try to see if I can tell what he's putting in the briefcase by, like, basically extending the moment by, like, looking at it in the present and then also as soon as it's past?
Roll me that intelligence check.
21.
Yeah, so you see 30 seconds ago there was a bee in the air, but now it's in his hand. And your powers of intelligence, you're a smart cookie. That's why they put you in the office doing office work. You get the feeling that he is attempting to put. He may have the power of bees, but once released, it seems that he has to go catch them by hand.
Okay.
So what are you guys doing? You see Dr. Bees as he's attempting to clean up his work.
Should I ring his bell?
Do you want to ring his bell?
We should stop.
I mean that
him
not in a
and bring him
sexual
to
way,
the
but whatever.
authorities.
I'm not judging.
He's a very attractive man.
I might be sexual. Katie, what did you say?
We should stop him and drag
Yeah, I
him
agree.
to the authorities.
I mean,
Sneak
like,
attack!
if he's putting
Solomon.
the bees
Do you
away,
shout that?
maybe
Yes,
we'll
and
let
then
him
run
put the bees
at
away.
him.
Guess
Great.
not.
So as you guys are discussing the various ways of which you might apprehend Dr. Bees, Brent charges forward with his hammer held high, shouting sneak attack. Dr. Bees
Leroy
turns.
Jenkins. Oh my god.
and he sees you, eyes wide. He says, "Not you, not again." He grabs his briefcase and he runs as fast as he can down the alley and around the corner.
Brent will pursue.
Katie
Brent,
is
you
too.
run and you run and you turn and you go ahead and make a perception check for me.
It's a big 12. It's not too bad, I guess.
Well, with a 12, so you see that he has turned left, and you turn left, and he's nowhere to be seen. However, you do see a figure, a different colored figure, a little bit further away, and he is just now turning towards you.
So it's not Dr. Bees.
Well, you look around, right, and you see nothing, and then on turning back, you see a figure walking towards you. He's dressed in bright yellows and blacks, and you can see, those Tinkerbell costumes that they sell in Walmart. He's got those strapped to his back. He also has a very fine mustache, but he's wearing glasses.
Yellow and black.
He walks towards you. And you see
Dr. Bees!
You see a superhero you recognize. This is, of course, Wasp Man.
Oh, no. Not Bees, Wasps.
What's going on, fellow
I'm
superheroes?
sorry.
Is Dr.
I'm
Bees
sorry.
bugging you again?
No, he's being a buzzard.
From the alleyway,
Well
you
done.
can just hear Katie go,
I'm sorry, I just called you a bee and you're quite clearly a wasp. I think that's racist. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
Okay.
it be fine. Do not be worrying about it.
If
Are you
you're
Are you having trouble with these bees? I heard a news report and I saw you guys fighting these insects, and I thought I would fly
down?
over here, and I thought I would fly my way over here, see what I could do to help.
We need to find Dr. Bees.
Oh, he's a pesty one, that one is. But have no fear. Wasp this. And he strides forward, and he stands with his arms outstretched, and he says, "Oh, beehive." And all the bees kind of stop frantically swarming around. They start kind of calmly flying in little loops. Buzz off now. And the bees just kind of begin to disperse.
Well, you're really good at that.
It's really the only thing I can do.
How can you do that with bees when your name is about wasps?
Well, Dr. Bees was taken. He got there first.
I mean, you realize they're completely different creatures, right?
What?
Like they're not just interchangeable. Like, I feel like the etymology of that is really misleading, and that you're kind of lying to the public a little bit.
I'm sorry. I'm not a scientist. I never studied biology. I did a little chemistry, but never biology. Anyway, is there anything else I can do to help you, fine, upstanding superheroes?
Did you see which way you went?
Which way who went?
Mr.
Dr.
Bees.
Bees.
That's Dr. Bees, not
He
Mr.
was
Bees.
here. He's my nemesis. I must crush him and take his name for my own.
Didn't you? I thought you saw him on the news. I don't know.
I saw you on the news. You were doing such a wonderful job fighting bees and hitting bees with hammers. But I thought I would swing by and help you.
Are you a spider now?
What?
Swing by. You're
What's a spider?
you're encroaching on other people's IPs now.
Wait, is Spiders Man here?
Yes.
I hate that guy.
We haven't seen Spiders Man, but he could be. He's always watching.
If he were here, would you not be?
I haven't spent much time with Spiders Man. He kind of creeps me out. But you know, if needed, I will come when my time is necessary. Whenever wasps are needed, I will be there. And
Wasps are never needed, bro.
You control bees. So
what?
Yeah, you were like telling the bees to go away.
I thought they were wasps.
They absolutely were not.
Guys, go ahead and make me a just an insight check.
That's a 2?
Guy knows what he's talking about. This is a very intelligent person you are talking to.
That's another
15.
This guy's a complete idiot, and he is completely wasting your time.
Natural 1.
You want to hang out with this dude. He seems like a guy you could grab a beer with.
I got a 9.
You're fascinated by how his wings are attached to his body. They seem to be moving against the breeze.
As we're talking, I kind of just want to edge my way, like, not closer to him, but like towards the back to get a better look.
Yeah, make me a perception check.
21.
With a 21, you can see that these seem to be store-bought plastic wings that are growing out of his actual back.
Dang. I don't think I'm gonna be able to stop myself. I'm gonna like, can you fly?
Of course I can fly. Wasp this. And his wings start flapping very, very quickly.
Whoa.
And he jumps into the air. And he jumps. And then he lands. And it is very, very natural. You could probably jump higher if you tried.
That's
and he
not
stands,
flying.
he turns around. He
That's
turns
falling
around very
style.
proud. His chest is out. His arms are against his waist. You see, I am a superhero just like you.
Nope. And Solomon's going to run past him and down the alleyway.
Hey,
Okay, where are you going?
I don't know. To the end of the hall. Or and into the alleyway. See what I can see.
Okay, make a perception check.
This guy's wasting our time. A 10.
So you don't see Dr. Bees. He seems to be gone.
Thwarted again.
However, you do see that there are papers strewn around the alleyway. But it seems that any sign of human life is no longer here.
And were the bees gone out there?
You see the occasional bee kind of buzzing around, but the swarms.
They're not killing anyone.
No, they're not attacking, and the swarms seem to have gone their separate ways.
Are the dead bees still there?
There are some sleeping bees that are still sleeping. Oh, and also dead bees. Yeah, there are totally dead bees.
Solomon's gathering the papers for Bennett.
Great. Make an investigation check.
-14 -1 is 13.
Okay, with a 13, you see that one of the papers is not Bennett's. It's a pamphlet for University of America, the University of America Online, and you've not really seen this before. It seems to be kind of a new university. You're not familiar with it, but you're holding it there.
Cool.
Everyone, go ahead and make me a just kind of a general history check as you're trying to think about where you might find Dr. Bees.
16.
18.
6.
Excellent.
What about rolling?
A history check.
18 minus 1 is 17.
All right, so you guys have a couple leads that you have some ideas about, and as you're kind of talking amongst yourselves and with Wasp Man, should you choose to include him in your conversation or not, you know that Professor Monologue has been seen talking to Dr. Bees. She's kind of a Valley Girl supervillain that you guys have fought before, but you know, and you're very familiar with her because she loves talking about her evil plans. All of you follow her Twitter feed.
Yeah, she's a big following.
Very big following.
I definitely didn't follow her before I became a superhero.
No, not at all.
Right.
Very irrelevant to what you're doing in your office.
Her Instagram is very on point. She's got some great aesthetic photos.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
I mean,
she's
her
very hip.
content is good if she would just like redirect her attention.
I mean, her Twitter threads can get really long sometimes, though.
But sometimes that can be quality as long as you number them right.
But she abuses the numbering system. It's awful. You've seen like 14. It's terrible.
I've seen 37 once.
Remember last year when she had that like really weird plan with the whole flower factory thing, and it was like 58.
That was awesome.
It was like 58.
Do you remember when she live tweeted her date?
Oh God.
The man in question. The man in question got very tired very early on in her date. Solomon, there's something tickling the back of your head about this pamphlet.
Okay.
So you something about this pamphlet and Wasp Man. There's something that might be connected there, but you're not quite. Maybe something you smoked has kind of misfired some of your brains. But you're not making the connection. There's just something nagging at you. You also know that one of your contacts that you go to, Officer Enswald at the New York police station, he can often be a very good source of leads. So that's also an option for you guys to try and track down your villain.
Averagengers assembly. We must go to Officer Enswald.
We're already here. You didn't have to say assembly.
You hold out can you explain the marching order as you're shouting this battle cry? Are you striding forward confidently?
Yeah, I know where that is.
Yeah,
Kinda.
yeah. So he walks off, striding confidently. Some of you guys are on board, and some of you maybe not so much.
If I go by any of the bees, I'm like pulling a berry out and like putting it next to each of the bees. I run out of berries pretty quickly, but the ones that are sleeping definitely, not the ones that are crushed. I mourn the ones that are crushed.
So the sleeping ones do wake up, and they kind of buzz around your head for a little bit before bumbling their way off.
Eat up, buddies.
I am gonna probably. I feel like I have some sugary drink on me,
you probably have a coffee, but describe your coffee order.
Or I'm thinking what I have is emergency not protein packs, but energy packs in my binder for those days when I'm late at the office. And so with the bee that's in my pencil case, drip a little bit into there so that it can have something to eat as it hangs out in there.
5-hour energy.
You dripped in there.
I'm thinking more
and you
sugar
see
though.
That this bee is kind of crawling around, and it does lap up the sugar, and it tries to fly out, but do you let it?
No, I'm gonna keep it in there. Just for now, possibly for leverage. I'm not mistreating the bee, but
no, it's perfectly fine and healthy.
It's
healthy and happy.
After taking 5-hour energy.
Yeah, it actually it is kind of bouncing around a little bit in there. So you guys are heading to the precinct.
Yeah.
All right. Are you walking there, or is there another mode of transportation that you guys enjoy using?
Subway.
Great.
Public
All of you
transportation.
get into the subway in your superhero outfits. You have trouble scanning the card, but eventually it goes, and you get to go through. Do you guys stand, or do you? Sorry, what was that?
It's just at this point that heading down the subway that Brent realizes again he's broken his glasses when he's gone into his new form. So he reaches into his sort of side bag and pulls out one of the many, many pairs of glasses that are just in there and puts new ones on. Because yes.
What is your aliases, your alter ego's name?
The Unremarkable Man.
Excellent. So yeah, as you pull this set of glasses on, you are suddenly Brent again, and you actually on the subway, you see someone from your day job, and they say, "Hey, Brent, what happened to your shirt, man?"
Bees.
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah, thank God the Averagengers were there. Man, those guys are so cool.
While this conversation is going on, the hand was just collapsing in his hand. It's just yeah, they're grey, aren't they?
I'm like standing on the other side of him, like trying not to turn around so they don't see like the insignia on the front of my jacket that I have on.
Yep. So you guys
Katie's transformation just kind of drops, and she's no longer in like the Sailor Moon getup. She's now like in pajama pants and like slippers.
Well, if everyone else is changing, I'll take off my jacket, which turns into a blazer on the other side. And then take off my like goggles and then just like stick them in my pocket. Perfect. I still have the binder though. That's excellent. An always item.
Solomon, are you also changing?
Solomon never really took off his jumper. That's kind of like he just wears it. But he does like wipe off like the soot from his forehead and like puts his bandana on to like cover up the plants. He like tucks the plants in. And then he gestures to one of the seats and underneath it where there's like a bit of newspaper, and he's like, "This is where I sleep, so we can all hang out here if you want."
One of the people on the subway kind of passes you. He's like, "Sweet cosplay, man."
Thanks, it's my favorite one.
As you guys are sitting there, some of you are standing, some of you have found a seat. The door by the subway, by the entrance to the car at the top that leads to the next car over, opens, and you see a guy with a boombox attached to his hip, and he is belting out terrible music. There's no backing track, it's just him. He can't sing, and he's loudly begging people for money in the middle of each line of the song, and it is incredibly obnoxious. But that is your treat as you are whisked away under the streets of New York toward your destination. Is there anything else you guys want to do on subway?
Katie's not making eye contact.
Probably wise.
Like,
I'm probably going through my paperwork at this point to see what I have to replace, like making notes of like what I'm going to have to re-photocopy when I go to work, what I hopefully have backups of in my desk, hoping that none of my notes like were not copied onto my other equipment, but like I have redundant copies of stuff, so it's not really a worry. I'm just worried about it.
Make a intelligence check.
18.
All right, so you do an inventory and you start thinking about what you might miss. And you remember there's a note that you wrote down recently that you don't have a backup of yet. And you start frantically writing it on the back of one of these pages. And about halfway through, you stop because your memory just doesn't... Your memory is timed out, and you only get the first half of that note.
Can I try really hard to get the rest of it?
Sure. Go ahead and make an intelligence check.
All right. No, that's 11.
Yeah, so you think you might remember where you were going with it, and you kind of start writing, and you get to the middle, and you realize you've just written what you had read on the back of the page that you are now writing on. So you've got some of it. You've got a handful of notes, and you've got backups, but there's a little bit that may be lost to time. As you guys are whisked down, you eventually... It takes you about 20 minutes to get down to the precinct as you're sitting or standing in the packed subway car. People are standing too close to you. It's getting smelly. Something isn't right about this car you're in. But your stop arrives. You all get out, and you arrive at the precinct. Who's leading the charge as you're going to talk to Officer Enswald?
Not me. Last time I did that, I broke the door.
I will go. Okay, Katie, do you want to go instead of me?
I think it's best that I use some feminine wiles, okay?
Yeah, the cops and I don't really have a really good relationship, so that's probably the best.
Yeah. We're not going to talk about my relationship with the cops. And she walks in there.
As you walk in, you see that the desk clerk is... it's not Officer Enswald today, which is unfortunate because he's usually much more receptive to your type of work than the woman who is currently manning the desk. You guys have had run-ins with Lieutenant Straightman in the past, and she is by the books cop. She doesn't like you guys breaking any of these rules. She wants it done by the order of the law, and you guys are all vigilantes, and you're messing with her way of life. Okay. So you walk up to the front desk, and she sees you guys. Does she know your alter egos, or are you just walking in as anonymous people?
Oh, she knows me, but not my my alter ego.
Right. So you see Lieutenant Straightman. She smiles as you guys walk up and says, "Hey, how can I help you?"
We're looking for just this professor, and we're kind of hoping to get some information, and I'd really appreciate it if you could help us. I know it's busy, and Katie looks around at the two other people in the precinct. She's just
it's empty.
But I was hoping you could help us a little bit.
I'm sorry, do you have credentials? I'm afraid I don't know who you are.
Can I try to bluff some paperwork in the background, while this is happening?
Make a what is this? This is a forgery kit? Do you have a forgery kit?
I don't think so, but I have a full set of office supplies in my binder.
All right, go ahead and roll a dexterity check for me.
16.
16. All right, so you hastily rummage up some blank pieces of paper and you start scrawling. As you're doing this, Katie, what are you saying? I'm sorry, can I see some identification, please?
And Katie does have her ID on her, and she's like, "Oh yeah, of course, yeah. Sorry." And she passes over her ID.
Oh, I see. All right. Katie, it's very nice to meet you. However, I'm afraid I'm not sure how I can help. Perhaps you need a Yellow Pages. I know they sell them just down the road.
I'm gonna shuffle up and be like, Katie, did you forget our paperwork? And then I hand it to Katie to hand to her.
Oh, you know me. I always forget the paperwork. Here you go. I'm so sorry.
Oh, yes. Oh, okay. Let me take a look at this. She starts paging through the forgery. And she rolls a 6.
Tell you if she's a cop.
Well, yeah. What does the forgery say?
I want basically that we work with the police as
consultants.
Yeah, consultants, and that we're supposed to have access to the database. Like we have permission to
you need
like,
access to the database. Okay. Well, I should probably go with you. I don't really trust the database guy on duty. He's a little bit more rough around the edges. But why don't you come with me? And she leads you toward this rack of computers, and you see Officer Enswald sitting there, and he's frantically typing at the computer. Oswald, can you come here? Can you help me out with these people for a moment? And he looks up, and does he know your alter egos?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like yes. But I'm also gonna be like saying out loud, like, to the woman to like get on her good side, like, yeah, we just need to access these things. Like, we're trying to figure out where the supervillains are gonna be so we can stop those Averagengers from like just being out there. You know, we gotta help.
Oh, I hate those Averagengers. They're always going against the law, and you know it's really important that you do these things by the book. And they just they scoff at us. We're down in the trenches.
I mean, I think they do their best to follow the law.
Oh no, they're terrible.
But yeah, no, they're really bad, and we like I think if we can probably stop them and the villains. Like we gotta this win has to go to the police, and like so I mean I think if you leave us with this guy, like we can access the material about them. We don't want to take up more of your time doing very important police work. Like,
oh, you're such a sweetheart. Let me see if Oswald's busy. Oswald, do you have a second to take care of these fine upstanding citizens? And you see Officer Enswald. He's a very fit dude. He's eating a Cliff Bar right now. And he sees you guys and he's like, "Oh, hey, what's up, guys? Yeah, do you guys need some help?"
And I'm gonna be like very loudly be like, "Yeah, we hate the Averagengers so much."
Oh, yeah. I don't agree with you. That's bad. Clarissa, why don't you leave these folks with me? I can handle this. Are you sure? Oh! Don't worry. They'll be fine with me. Oh, okay. I'll go back to my desk then. And she leaves you alone with Officer Enswald.
Oh, thank God.
I thought she would never leave.
Yeah.
Oh,
that
she
was rough. She doesn't believe in us.
She believes in the law, and you know you need all types on the force, but you know I have a feeling you guys are on the right side of things. So what can I help you with?
Good job, BB. And Solomon will like nudge Bennett's shoulder.
I happily accept this affection.
Just like grab someone's like coffee cup.
Make a Constitution check just to see how lucky you get.
Not one.
Oh, this was filled with artificial sweetener. It just tastes terrible.
It's also a week old.
I'm gonna die. This stuff gives you cancer. Ruh-roh.
Yeah. It's not good. I'm sorry.
The bathroom is that way.
It's not that bad. You're able to stomach it. It's just it really doesn't taste good. So how can I help you guys?
What was the professor's name again?
Monologue.
Are you looking for Professor? Oh, she's all over the web. Let me do a quick Twitter search. Let me see what she's been up to recently. And he literally just goes on Twitter and types in Professor Monologue and opens up her Twitter feed. And you guys can see that she posted she posted 2 hours ago about going to a rave downtown.
I mean, that was a while ago. That could be wrong.
Check the replies. Check the replies.
You see that Dr. Bees has liked this.
Not good.
Can I check Dr. B's Twitter?
It's very empty. He's terrible at social media.
Likes?
Sure. It's that post and a post about botany. And that's it. He's very boring.
How many followers does he have?
2.
That's more than me.
Wait, okay, right, okay, here's the thing though. One of
It's my
those
alter
two
ego.
accounts is going to be his regular account.
That's a good way to find that out.
You're right.
You see his two followers are a guy in Czechoslovakia and a dude called Miles Manners.
Must be the guy in Czechoslovakia.
Click on Miles.
It's probably him.
Click on Miles. That might be him.
So
Yeah.
you see Miles Manners. He's a professor at the University of America Online. He's a professor of biology, which everyone knows is biology for bees.
Naturally.
Of course.
I think we found out his secret identity, guys. We're amazing.
It's that
By the
easy
way, that is
nowadays.
really funny. That was a brilliant idea. Well done. I'm going to give you inspiration for that because that was just really, really clever.
Here's a question. So I'm only like 25 and I have friends who are in college. Do any of them have any of them taken even if you go to regular school, sometimes you take online courses during the summer and stuff.
Totally.
Do I know if any of my friends have taken a biology course?
Roll me a history check as you're going through your contacts.
No.
I mean,
So-
Katie's in college.
You can also roll a history check as you whip out your U phone.
I
Yeah, I
never
got a
got to
6,
college.
so I'm thinking no.
It's an 18.
So, all right. So both of you guys are frantically scrolling through your phones. There's montage music playing in the background as you're scrolling up. You see your one thumb gets tired, and you switch to the other thumb, and epic music begins to play as you scroll with your other thumb. And you see
I follow too many people.
Katie, you land on Jules. Jules is a guy who you went to school with, and he studied biology, but he also wanted to get a certificate in biology. And you remember talking to him a few years ago about his passion for wasps and hornet-like insects. And so you it's been a while, but you could call him up if you wanted.
Do I remember if he annoyed me with how ridiculous he was?
Go ahead and roll me a history check.
12?
It's been a while. You don't know.
And she'll be like, oh no. And she's gonna call him.
Okay. It rings. It rings. It rings. Hey, man! It's been so long! Dude, thank you for the call, man. It's really not, I don't get to talk to many people from college, and, this is super nice. What's up?
Hey, yeah, it's been a day,
Has it been a whole day?
It's been a whole day. Hey, do you remember who your professor was for biology?
My biology professor. Oh, it was online. That was a while ago. But he was all right. God, what was his? It was Professor Murphy. Professor
Manners?
That might have been it. Yeah, that might Professor Manners sounds right.
Do we know the real name of Professor Monologue?
You do not. You do not know her secret identity.
Hey, do you happen to remember a professor who just kind of droned on and on? We all had that one professor that just did that. But
did.
The one who did it the most and told us about everything she did every day, from when she woke up to when she went home, drove us crazy.
Jules just rolled a natural 1.
Oh no.
Dude, I hated all of my professors. They were all the worst. I'm so glad to be out of school. It's so much better. I'm just like hanging out now, and I don't have to do homework, or I don't have to listen to them, and it's so nice. What about you? What's been going on? Are you working now? Are you still in school?
Bit of column A, bit of column B. I'm dancing and studying theater and some orchestra, and you know me, I was always about the instruments.
That's
Push to talk, Will. Will, your mic.
I feel like that's just what happened to the phone call. Except
can you guys hear me now?
Initiated it.
We can
Yeah.
now, yes.
Yep. So the call drops out as he goes into a tunnel or wherever he lives.
Google Earth. He's just walked into Google Earth.
He totally just walked into Google Herb. Do you call him back and attempt to hear about what he was trying to drone on about?
She kind of looks at the phone and goes, that guy was known for his brownies.
Were they good?
Yes.
I want a brownie now.
Okay.
Should I call him back? I can call him back and hook you up.
It's a dangerous mission.
I just want a brownie.
You guys shouldn't keep your phones. The government can track them. That's why I always get a new one every single week.
I mean, you were.
Do you honestly think
just
the
on the
government
news
cares
today.
enough?
Like, if they
What?
wanted to track us, I feel like it's not that hard. We changed our costumes in the subway.
Hey, didn't one of us get a flyer for the online university?
Oh yeah, I found one of those.
Does it have like
Dixon
a main
Tickets
building where everybody like goes to do their things?
There is an address on the pamphlet.
Yep.
Well, we definitely
We go there.
we should definitely go there. Yeah.
What a great idea.
All right. How are you guys getting there? Is there another mode of transportation that our superheroes are fond of?
Segway.
Excellent. You guys all hop on your super segways,
Oh, God.
and
just-
do you have particular?
I think I'm biking.
Uh,
Like the
No,
ones that you return, like, to a different, like,
Yep.
port.
Sure.
Brent just reaches into his side pouch and pulls out 3 miniature segways and throws them, and then
Great.
they expand like his
Awesome.
like his hammer does.
Awesome. Yeah. So they are all themed. Tell us about the colors of the Segway. So Brent, what color is your Segway?
The color of my Segway, it's mainly silver with like black bands, like for which sort of matches glasses.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Solomon.
And the wheels
I'm assuming.
the wheels are gold chrome. The wheels are gold chrome.
Nice. Do they spin?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Solomon, assuming your Segway is green, but if you'd like to paint me a picture, feel free to do so.
It definitely is. It's also like really, really crappily made, and it kind of smokes a little bit, and it kind of peters out. He's kind of going back and forth along the road, like trying to get it to go.
Yeah. Katie, is your Segway special in any way?
My Segway is like glitter silver with purple music notes all over it.
Very cool. Bennett,
think-
as you go.
Well, I
sorry.
think my bike has like a really large advertisement that someone paid to put on the side of it.
I
to
was
help
right there with you.
subsidize it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like, it's something that like Bennett would never. I feel like it's something like ridiculous. I feel like it's an advertisement for like a spin cycle class at a local gym.
Great.
On the
I
side
love
of
that.
the bicycle.
Yeah. It's a spin cycle advertisement. Perfect. And it takes you a while to get your phone hooked up to it to finally unlock it. But you get your bike, and by then the segways are already way, way off, and so you kind of hustle to catch up with them.
I also am not that athletic, but like working professional, like trying to reduce my carbon footprint by taking more bikes and stuff. So
Solomon is very proud of you, I'm sure.
As Katie's Segway takes off, it has like that Ant-Man van like tune just like tooting out of it. Yes.
Perfect.
Oh, that hurt.
As you guys go along, it takes you guys a little while because this is actually farther away than the subway ride was. So you're going along. You stop for a bite to eat. You guys all park your segways in a big clump next to the bike. You grab a slice of pizza, get back on the segway as you go for another one, and it's
a taxi cab tries to like run us over.
Oh yeah, make a dexterity saving throw.
19. I'm walking here, segwaying here. Come on.
The cab driver flips you off and starts yelling as he drives away.
She flips him off.
Great. You guys are true New Yorkers. Eventually, it is late afternoon by the time you get to the University of America Online campus. But you arrive at the building, and the campus is yours.
Should we outfit up again?
Well, are we going to look for his room first, or are we going to like go and talk to the admin office first? Like,
well, they should have a directory. It's only this building, right?
Yeah, but maybe they don't know who's Dr. Bees.
Yeah,
so we look up Professor Manners.
In our regular clothes.
Yeah, I think staying in our regular clothes is fine. If things go sour, we can change them. I've got like 6 more pairs of glasses with me. It's fine.
Awesome. All right. Who's leading the charge as you're going into the admin office?
Didn't you say you were a student?
Yep.
Sorry.
Awesome.
It's fine. Traumatized. she'll walk in.
All right.
And with her t-shirt and PJs and slippers, she definitely looks like a very tired college student.
You fit right in. And you can see the administrative assistant is sitting behind the desk smoking a cigarette. Yeah, can I help you?
Hi. Yeah, I'm looking for Professor Manners. I totally forgot that I have an appointment with him today.
What do you want with Manners?
Well, I missed his office hours and I scheduled an appointment, and like my grade totally depends on this, and like I'm gonna literally die if I do not get this grade up. And
where's your syllabus? You didn't take the syllabus? Come on, that's like a college 101.
Well, look, I have the syllabus, but like then it got buried under all my notes, and then I had to find it, and like my room's a mess because my roommate is just a total nightmare. So
you're gonna make me go through all of these papers, really?
You can see one very small file cabinet behind her.
Well, like you'd be doing me such a favor, and she is going to try to cast Charm Person on him.
Great. Roll a Constitution saving throw. Check, not a saving throw.
4.
Awesome. Roll me some wild magic, baby.
Do you have that form? Because I totally don't have it up.
I can pull it up. It might take me a second. So
that's fine.
Somebody be entertaining while I do that.
Entertaining.
Solomon goes over to a plant, reaches in, pulls out some money, and then puts a little like baggie in there. Just like, don't worry about it. And then just sits there and watches.
How often did you do this?
It's a college campus.
Roll me a persuasion check with weed proficiency if you have it.
I have that wild magic table, by the way.
Awesome. So go ahead and roll, both of you.
Oh God. You are surrounded by faint ethereal music for the next minute.
So your Segway rolls in behind you very slowly, and you don't notice it. But as you're casting the spell, it kind of slowly creeps up, and everyone sees it. And as it's right behind you, and that continues. Normally, it's just a one-time thing, like a horn, but it continues, and it is slowly driving you insane. As what did you roll for your weed check?
14.
Great. So she
I've never been on a campus. I believe him.
So she stops and she's like, "You trying to bribe me? Because that's totally gonna work." And she grabs the bag, and she turns around and she starts rifling through the papers. God, what's that awful music? Oh, and she starts flipping through her pages. Manners, fucking manners. Manners. Here he is. And she slides a piece of paper over to you, and it has the name of his office. It's in building F, and it is room 3226.
I'm disappointed it's not in building B.
Oh, it's totally in building B. Yeah, you're right.
Oh no, he got transferred there. Like that's the old address.
He requested it.
It's an old code, but it checks out. Yeah, it is.
833.
It is. Yeah, it is. What's B in lead speak?
Like 8.
Yeah, it's room 833 in building B. Thank you all. You know how to write this much better than I do.
It's a collaboration.
So you now know where the professor's, the doctor's office is.
Okay.
Katie's gonna be like, "Oh my God, you're like a lifesaver. Thank you so much." She's gonna
Get out of here. I gotta roll this into something else.
By the way, it's a non-smoking building.
Yeah, tell that to the administrative assistant.
I've never been prouder to be Katie's friend in my whole life.
She's being followed by the Segway still.
That's okay.
I just like to think about, like, because it's ethereal music, every time it plays, it gets more and more ethereal.
Oh, totally. Absolutely. Yeah. So it gets quieter and quieter and quieter.
Gets a massive reverb.
Is it
the reverb
Segway?
is off the charts.
Is it the Segway, or is it a ghost of the Segway that looks like the Segway until you touch it?
Make a perception check or investigation check if you want to try to touch it.
I rolled a 4 again without adding whatever it would add, so I don't think I know.
You are scared. You do not want to touch the Segway.
That seems right.
All
Can
right.
we at least shrink it down?
Oh, yeah, I can do that. And Brent just pushes the big shrink button in the middle of the center
Oh no, does it
console.
get high pitched?
Are you it?
Perfect.
Yep, that's a. Are you inside or outside as it does this?
Outside, just like the door's still open, but we're
so
outside.
as you go outside, you press the fob, and not only does the music grow higher, the Segway grows higher as something has gone completely wrong in its circuitry, and it expands, busting through the kind of overhanging roof of this building, and you now have a 3-story tall Segway playing behind you at very fast, very high pitch.
I'm so
What
sorry.
has silence wrought?
Can I, attempt to cast Mend on this, even though that's not what Mend does?
Sure, because that's precisely what this game is about. Roll your spellcasting check for me.
Okay. That would be a 16.
16. So what are you doing to calm this Segway down?
I'm not here to make it stop singing if that's what it wants to do. I just want it to get small enough that Katie can ride on it again.
Okay. So you kind of stroke it by its wheel, and you kind of say, "Hey, it's okay. It's okay. Calm down. Take it easy, big guy. Take it easy." What's that Black Widow thing?
Sun's coming up? No, sun's going down.
Sun's going down, big guy.
Sun's getting real low.
It's getting real low. And the Segway kind of
Banner, no!
and
I imagine it still stays high pitched though.
Oh yeah. And it slowly collapses and turns somehow less green, even though it was never green to begin with. And it is still very high pitched, very annoying, and very behind you, Katie.
Has it been a minute yet?
At this point, it slowly winds down, kind of like a music box that is on its last legs. So, and that's it.
Oh my god. Katie like rubs her ear like, oh, sorry.
I pet it again.
It falls to the ground because now it's just a Segway.
So sad.
That didn't work the way I wanted it to. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
All right.
We have the building.
You have your destination.
So
Now, this is a college campus. Is there any other method of transportation you guys might employ making your way across this college campus?
Can there be like a people mover?
Like a rickshaw?
I mean, I need
A
to
rickshaw.
get to a place where I can return my bike. Until
So
then,
you
I'm
spend
stuck with
about
it.
20 minutes going off campus, wandering around the city, trying to find a place to return your bike. Make an investigation check. Oh, I think you get inspiration for that too, because that was just too funny.
$19.
So not only do you return your bike, but you also find a friendly rickshaw driver who seems perfectly content to follow you the 10 minutes back to campus in order to pick up the rest of your friends and carry them about 80 feet to the building.
Well, I mean, like, drives me, and then since I'm already, like, employing him, we're like, we might as well just all get in it.
Oh yeah,
And go
he'll
the rest
totally
of the way.
Deadpool you guys. He'll just hang out until you guys are done with your superhero stuff. His name, of course, is Rick.
Is his last name Shaw?
No, that would be just silly.
no, that's his middle name.
Katie
of course.
actually asked, is your last name Shaw by any chance?
It's clearly...
No, that's my mother's name though. My last name is Shay.
You know,
The
Ricochet
city gets weirder
or
and weirder every
Ricochet.
day.
That'd be a good superhero name. Maybe we should look into it.
Oh, you think I could be a superhero? That'd be great. I'd love that. You guys don't know any superheroes, do you?
No.
Nope.
Nope.
Well, if you ever meet one, you tell them I'd love to join. If they ever need a driver, I'm happy to help out when I can.
Do you have a Twitter feed?
I do. I just got to my 5th follower. It's great. You guys can follow me too. He hands out business cards that just have his Twitter handle on.
I'm gonna go follow
Katie,
him.
follow
Brett
him.
will follow him right now.
I'm gonna follow him from
Great,
my
so-
superhero account right now.
Yep, Katie's gonna do the same thing.
Awesome. His phone starts blowing up, but he's carrying you guys on the rickshaw, so he can't check it. He's like, oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. He carries you. It literally takes him less than a minute to carry you to building B, and he drops you off.
Well, we were at building A for administration. Now we're at building B.
You
for
were at
bees.
building A.
A for
I can't give you any more
administration.
inspiration, but you deserve it for that.
because it's like everything is alphabetically numeric. It's like
Of course,
yeah,
naturally.
Yeah, like it's just a something like
Building C is just the cafeteria.
Just the cafeteria.
It's got the cafeterias on the bottom. It's got computers on the second floor, and it's got study of cats on the third floor.
And then on the fourth floor, culinary. Even though the
culinary school.
Yeah, even though the cafeteria is at the
university
bottom, that has a campus.
No, I don't think you guys understand. This is the University of America Online, which is, of course, AOL's campus university. It's not an online school. That's just silly.
I never did go to college. I never did go to college.
Hey, you're here. You could enroll right now. I don't know what you're doing messing around with bees, man. You could go to school, get your mind right. Says the disembodied voice in your head.
I would have come here, but they don't have a fine arts program.
No, they only deal in crude arts. That is finger painting and the music that I do.
I went to a mid-level business school, like not quite an Ivy, but like up there with like
Cornell.
vague name recognition from some people, but not quite
I got
anything
you.
super impressive.
You went to the University of Virginia.
Yeah.
So you guys have arrived. Rick is standing there. He's like, "Oh yeah, just let me know when you're done. I'll be right here."
Oh, thanks. We'll see you in a little bit. I guess we'll go in. Brent will walk in and look at the board and just like the floors. It's like business, biology, bees, bees. Third floor.
It's actually the 8th floor.
Oh.
I think some student has like vandalized it a little bit, and it's like
Bingo. Yeah, so they rubbed off part of the 8, and you think it's the 3rd floor. It takes you guys quite a while to get there. You guys are completely lost for about 15 minutes before you realize.
Okay.
That seems right.
Guys,
you guys are on the ball tonight. Well done.
Do we want to use the elevator to change into our superhero icons? That's
a good idea.
Mm-hmm. I mean, so
it is a very small elevator.
Can I check for a security camera in the elevator?
Make a investigation check.
I can make it smoky. Don't worry.
11.
You are not sure. You don't see one offhand.
Good enough. I just changed into Subway earlier, so.
All Brent does is literally just take off the glasses carefully and fold them and put them away, and then pull out the hammer.
Katie has her full Sailor Moon transformation over in the corner with all the bright lights and colors and everything.
It's very distracting for the rest of you.
She's talking through it. I'm so sorry. It takes forever.
In fact, this is a small elevator. Make a dexterity saving throw.
I just reversed my blazer back into like the jacket and then put on my goggles again.
So you start bumping into everyone as you're smearing the face mask back on Solomon. You get jostled and it kind of disrupts you, and you kind of smear some mud into your eye, and it's just it's painful. But you guys eventually get yourselves together, and you're superheroed up.
Okay, now let's find his office. This is going to be pretty bad if he's not even here.
You guys go and you walk down the halls. You see 822, 811. Oh, you're going the wrong way. You go back the other way. 822, 830, 831, 834. Oh, wait, no, it's on the other side of the... Okay, you finally find Office 833, and it says Dr. Miles Manners, Professor of Biology.
Is it like the smallest room in the corridor?
It's an all right sized room. It's not a corner office, but it looks comparable to the rest of the rooms around.
Is it
open? Get on the ground. Can I see underneath the door?
I'm
Make a
actually
perception check.
I'm gonna change out of my outfit and like knock on the door and kind of pretend like I don't see them behind me.
10.
You see light coming through. You don't see much else other than that. Make a deception check, Bennett.
Solomon stays on the ground.
Okay, so I do have a plan if the door is answered. So, not very good.
We are the Averagengers.
That's a 7, but may I propose that I do have a bee with me?
How are you using this bee?
To convince the professor that I found a bee and I'm worried that it's sick and I need him to help me take care of it.
I'll let you roll with advantage if you spend your inspiration. I'll let you roll again with advantage if you spend your inspiration.
That's fair. Not much better. I got a 9 though, so slightly.
Okay. You rolled twice this second time?
Oh,
Okay.
no, I only rolled once.
Yeah, roll one more time.
Worse.
Great. So you hold the bee out in front of you and you knock on the door. And you hear from behind the door. Buzz off, I'm busy.
But I have a bee.
I can't talk about bees right now. I'm doing bee things.
Is the
But
door
this
locked?
bee is sad.
Well, there are sad bees in here too. I'm very, very busy. Busy as a bee. You guys fly off somewhere else.
Brent's just gonna try to open the door.
It is completely unlocked. It just turns.
Just walks in.
Are you turning back? Are you turning your blazer back inside out, Bennett?
Yeah. And I'll put
Okay.
my goggles back on.
Oh, okay.
And I'll put
As
the
you do
bee
so,
back
you
in my
see-
binder.
Are you closing the binder? Oh, it's in the pencil case.
It's in the pencil case.
Great. You guys open the door, and you see a finely furnished office. There's a nice oak table right in the middle of the room, right to make an impression. You see glass jars holding different bees of different sizes and colors along one of the walls. You see as the professor, who's standing there with a mustache, he is kind of pulling at it as he's studying a oddly shaped bee it looks a little darker than a bee normally would, a little more orange, and he's kind of studying it.
As Brent walks in, he's just gonna say, "You've buzzed your last, Dr. Bees."
He jumps and he says, the average
This isn't important right now.
Just call us the Averagengers. That's what the newspapers always say.
That is in fact what the newspapers always say.
None of us are ginger.
He jumps behind the desk and he rolls, and as he stands up on the other side of standing there in his big gray super suit with the big blue bee emblazoned brightly on it, he has his honeycomb hive across his midline, and he frantically is patting his pockets. He pulls out a monocle and he squeezes it on. Now, you've come to finally have our final confrontation. Our gingers,
No,
shall we fight?
I mean, or we could just report you to the school committee.
The school committee? No.
This seems
No, we
really
must
unethical
battle.
what you're doing here. Like,
No.
I don't think
It's only cause.
I'm pretty sure you don't have tenure, like, because I haven't, like, and I don't think this would be good on
I'm
your
just
record.
a few years away from it. I just need
I
to
know,
do
and,
2
like,
more pieces of research. I'm really close.
Honestly,
Edie's already on the phone with the cops.
both us.
No, hang up. I promise.
Saying
I've
it,
got a good fight.
and,
You
like,
haven't
if you
seen my
confronted
briefcase full
us
of bees.
if you confronted us now, you would probably also lose your tenure, because I don't think that this is a very appropriate use of school property.
Well, you haven't seen my I have so many things that I can fight you with. Look over there. And he points behind at a random spot. I need all of you to make intelligence saving throws.
Oh no.
Even if Katie's on the phone and not really paying attention to anything he's saying.
He's grandstanding. He's attempting to do what his friend Professor Monologue is known for.
I got
That's a
7.
2.
Intelligence saving throw. That's a 10.
You all turn to look at what he's pointing at, and you see that it is an empty plate, an empty spot on the wall. And as you turn back around, he's holding his briefcase out in front of him. Don't make me do this. I don't want to do this. You put the phone down right now.
Brent just reaches over and pulls it out of his hand.
Make a dexterity check.
Can I argue that this is strength as I'm trying to wrench it from
Oh,
him?
yeah, absolutely.
To the cops, Katie's going, "Hi, yeah, we found who Dr. Bees is, and he's in
Dr.
University
Bees,
of
you need to
AOL."
call the Averagengers. He's a supervillain. We can't handle folks like him.
Oh no, don't worry, I've already called them.
You recognize the voice of Officer Enswald on the other side of the phone. You should call the Averagengers. They'll handle this real quick.
Enswald, I swear to God.
Wait, Kate. What?
Hi, buddy. Get your ass down here.
Right away. And he hangs up the phone.
I mean, even after that, I rolled a 2.
Okay, so he rolled a 12. So he yanks the briefcase out of your hand and he opens it, and he says, "This office is woefully underpopulated by bees. My briefcase full of bees ought to fix that." And he opens his briefcase, and a swarm of bees flies out.
So, can I try to befriend them?
For the sake of the pun, hell yeah.
Wait, can Katie's gonna try to inspire Bennett. Hey, Bennett, we got a new copier at HQ.
Okay.
Roll a Constitution check to see if you can tap into your bard side.
11.
You can go ahead and take a D6 inspiration dice for that.
Yeah. And what am I rolling for this one?
You're going to be rolling an intelligence check.
Okay. Nine.
You can add your inspiration.
Yeah, do you want to go ahead and... Ooh.
Oof.
Okay. All right. So you're trying to befriend them. I'm a friend of bees. I'm a friend of bees, and you pull out the pencil case and you hold it up, and you hold it in front of you. See, this is a bee. This is a bee, and you're
I'm
holding
so
this closed
I
pencil
showed
case.
them a trapped bee.
You have not opened the pencil case. You are just standing there holding it out in front of you, closed. Is there anything else anyone else is doing?
Brent, after
Solomon,
trying to...
you for the first time, Solomon, you see this bee is trapped in this pencil case. You've not seen this bee before, and it's buzzing around frantically, and it looks upset.
You should free that bee.
I mean, I've been feeding it. It's like okay in here. It's not getting hurt.
I mean, it's not getting hurt, I guess, so that's fine.
Solomon, at the end of the day, I'll give it to you and you can add it to your hives.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, incredible.
Dr. Bees looks at you and he says, "That bee. Where did you get that bee?" Everyone roll initiative.
I literally told you I had a bee.
Hey, you remember last time I rolled a 2? I just rolled a natural 1.
Ooh, thank God it's
Nat
initiative
20.
and
13.
Ooh. All right, Bennett.
18.
So a strong 3
Solid.
is my initiative.
All right, Katie, Brent. Let me see where the bees are going to be. They're going to be before Brent, and Dr. Bees is going to be after the bees. Okay, so at the top of the round, we have. Oh, I can't even read my own handwriting. Isn't that lovely? Bennett, you are at the top of the round. What would you like to do?
So I don't want to hurt the bees, and I do want to be dramatic. So I'm gonna pull what looks like a Sharpie out of my bag, but then I pull the cap off, and it's a dagger in it, and I want to throw it at Dr. Beast to try to like pin his shirt to the wall.
Okay, roll a dexterity attack, I guess. Are you proficient in pens that turn into daggers? I know you're proficient in pens, but
Yeah,
are you proficient
I
in pens that
don't-
turn into daggers? That is a
With
specific proficiency that I need you to have.
Item that I put in my inventory before game, I would get a +4.
Okay. Okay.
23.
That absolutely hits Dr. Bees. It pierces into his shoulder, and he says, "Ah!"
It also does 4 damage.
Okay, 4 damage to Dr. Bees. Is that all you would like to do, or is there anything else?
I'm good.
All right. Up next, we have Solomon.
Okay, Solomon is going to take a little bit of brownie. He's gonna eat it.
Yeah.
And he's gonna like coax it into his throat, and then with Druidcraft kind of focus and make the effect kind of go a little bit further. He's gonna cast Speak with Animals. He's gonna say, "Bees, chill out."
Make a charisma check, and then make another one with advantage. I need 2 separate charisma checks.
7. And that one.
Okay. Did the second one was with advantage though?
3.
Okay. So you you speak to these bees, and they understand you, and they have no love for the smoke which drives them from their hives. And as the smoke emanates from your mouth, they get even more aggravated, and they seem to be nonplussed by your attempts to calm them down.
Jinkies.
Oh man. Oh shoot. All right, Katie, I believe that is your turn.
So Katie's going to look at the bees, look at Dr. Bees, and then to the bees go, "You're following someone in a shitty mocap suit," and cast vicious mockery.
Awesome. Yeah, shame these bees. Yeah. Is that a save on my part?
Wisdom save, yeah.
All right, let's see what bees have for wisdom.
I mean, isn't it like Bee's wisdom for enhanceability? I think it's going to be great.
I think it is bees wisdom, yes. But with a -2, that's going to be a big 3. What's your DC?
13.
Oh darn. Darn. Okay. All right. So what happens?
They all take 4 damage.
They do. Yeah, they do. All right. So you see as one of the bees just kind of slowly stops flying and drifts to the ground, and you have diminished the swarm. Is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
And then as a bonus action, she's going to turn to Solomon and go, "You're doing great. Your hives are amazing. You've got this." And give him inspiration.
Great.
Thank you.
As you're doing all of this, please make a Constitution check.
That's 4.
Wonderful. Would you please roll on the table that we have totally not just Googled frantically?
For the next minute, you regain 5 hit points at the start of each of your turns.
Well, that's just awesome. Yeah. So you see as Rick comes in behind you and he's like, yeah, superheroes, man, superheroes. And he just starts like hyping you up and you just feel invigorated by this fanboy who is now entered the room and is just like cheering. After your turn, the bees are going to go, and the bees are kind of circling around, and they see that they're now harassed on both fronts, but they seem also to be under the control of Dr. Bees. And as Bennett, your penknife has stuck into his shirt, they're going to swarm you. So that's going to be a 16 to hit. What's your armor class?
Not that high.
Okay. So you're going to take some D4s. You're going to take... Ooh.
Oh no.
Okay, you're going to take 12 points of damage.
So
How
I
are you doing?
started out today with 6 HP. And I was down to 5.
Okay. So, you guys watch as these bees are swarming, and one of them goes down your mouth.
They're
and then your
allergic.
throat.
Is he allergic to bees?
Is there anything anyone would like to do in this split second as you see these bees just coalescing around your teammate? You have. If anyone has a reaction that they can think of right now that might help, I will allow you to go unconscious.
I have nothing.
I could swing at the bees to stop them actually going into Bennett's throat. Is the only thing that I
All
can
right.
think of.
Is that what we'd like to do here as a team?
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah, can Katie try the same thing? Is just to
Okay.
swat at them?
Solomon, what are you doing?
Swinging my mop at him.
Okay. Yeah. So I need all of you to roll a dexterity check individually.
Okay.
That's
I'm going to use my inspiration.
It's a natural 1, which brings it to a 3.
Okay.
That dice goes in dice jail.
With inspiration, that's an 18.
Okay. Solomon, how are we doing?
With inspiration, 8.
Great. So. Oh boy. So what you guys see is you see Katie and Solomon. They run in. They're frantically trying to help their teammate, and they bonk heads, and both of them fall prone on the ground as they collide with each other. Brent, you come in and you take your big giant hammer and you start swinging at these bees, and you swing at them, and you start to see that they're falling away. And as you swing, your hammer falls down on Bennett's stomach. And Bennett, you cough up the bee that was inside your mouth, and you fall unconscious.
That seems right.
So you're unconscious, both of you are prone on the ground, and Brent, you're standing there having just assaulted your teammate. But possibly saved her life. It's Dr. Bees' turn. Dr. Bees is gonna rush over. He's got a dagger in his super suit, so he's gonna try and pull that out as an action. He rolled an 18. What is your spellcasting DC, Bennett? Do you have such a thing? Bennett, do you have any sort of spellcasting DC or anything like that I can roll against?
I think so. Let me. $13.
All right, so he rolled an 18. So he yanks the penknife out, and he's going to rush over, and you see that there is a row of multicolored bees in individual glass jars. And he rushes over to one, and he grabs the jar, but he's holding it in his hands, but he can't do anything with it this round. That is Brent's turn. Brent, you've used your reaction to bash your friend in the stomach. So I'm going to say that you can take a minor action this round, if that seems fair to everyone.
So I can't like attack or anything.
You cannot make a major attack if there's something minor you want to do.
What Brent would like to do is he'd like to move up to Dr. Bees and pin him against the wall.
Okay, I can say you can harry him, but I'm not going to let you make a grapple check. So you're right up in his face.
It's not about grappling. It's just like pushing him against the wall. Like he can move away.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Like,
So you're kind of in his face.
Yeah.
He's backed up into a corner and he's clutching this bee
You're gonna pay for that.
toward his chest. And that's the end of your turn.
Cool.
At the top of the round, Bennett, make a death saving throw. Oh, sorry, Brent, do you have something else?
So at the end of my turn, would I get my reaction back? So if they moved away, I could swing at them?
Yes, absolutely.
Cool.
Absolutely.
All right, cool. That's good. Good luck, Bennett.
19.
All right, that's a success. Solomon, you're up.
Solomon's dazed and kind of crawls over to Bennett and pulls one of the little berries out of his hair and puts it into Bennett's mouth and like moves Bennett's chin to like make it eat it and then coax it down the throat. You gain 1 HP from a good berry.
Yeah. You come gasping to life. Your throat hurts. Your stomach hurts for some reason. But you are alive and prone on the ground.
Live!
Solomon.
And he'll slap in the face.
Your face hurts now.
Ow.
Good job.
Are you
stand up, and that's pretty much all I can do.
okay? That is the end of your turn, Solomon. Katie, what would you like to do? You are prone on the ground, but your friend is now stabilized for the moment.
Okay, so I'm gonna use half my movement to stand up.
Great. Yeah, you are up.
Can I get to a place where like I'm not going to hit Bennett with a spell?
It's a small room. What radius are you trying to cast?
I'm just trying to cast in front of me.
Oh, like a thunderwave type thing?
Yeah, thunderclap.
Yeah, you can do that. You can maneuver yourself.
Okay.
You will not be able to hit. You can't hit the swarm and Dr. Bees without hitting Brent, but you can hit just the swarm without hitting anyone else.
Yeah, I want to hit Dr. Bees.
So Brent is going to take some of this if that's what you want.
That's okay.
It's a Constitution saving throw, so screw it.
Okay.
All right. So
you
that's
got this, buddy.
3 con saves in total. That's a 16 for the bees and a 17 for Dr. Bees.
And then 7 for me for the wild magic.
21
Roll on that
for my 21 for my con save.
What
A
happens?
random creature within 60 feet of you becomes poisoned for 1d4 hours.
Okay, there are you included in this randomness?
I don't think so, because it's saying a creature within 60 feet of me. So I don't
Great.
think it includes.
All right. So that's going to be one of you guys. Let's see who it is. That is going to be Brent. You are poisoned right now. So you're harrying this guy, and all of a sudden your stomach feels ill.
What were the saving
like-
throws? Sorry.
So that's a 16 and a 17, I believe.
And I
Oh,
got a
they both make
21. I got a 21.
So what? Do we take half damage for that, or is just not
It
happen?
doesn't do anything.
Okay. So you've successfully poisoned your teammate. Is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
I cast.
Roll on the wild magic table.
Isn't that a free action?
I'm gonna try to inspire. But
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I still love you.
Yeah. Take that D6 inspiration.
Thank you.
Do I have
All
to
right.
roll the con save for that?
No, I'll let you go.
Okay.
It is the bees' turn, though, and they're going to come after you. But they only rolled an 8, so how's that do against your AC? What's your AC, Katie?
13.
Oh, they don't hit. So that's the bees' turn. They're just swarming around you, buzzing. Dr. Bees is going to attempt to open this cage, and you can see that he's got there is a bee in there that is purple, and he's going to grab the purple bee. He's going to hold it in his hand, and he's going to. You see his fist lights up, and he tosses the bee at you, and it swarms in your face. And you can see, Brent, this bee is muscular. You can see the 8-pack of abs that are just down its abdomen, and it's got these big biceps, and the bee is going to try to punch you in the face.
Right. This is the power bee.
Of course it's the power bee. Thank you. So that's going to be a 9 plus 20, so that's 29 to hit.
A 9 plus 20?
That's the power bee.
Fair. Yeah, that hits.
And of course, it's a bee, so it's going to be a D4 damage. So you take 1 point of damage as this bee punches you in the face. You get knocked, fly back across the room. That is the end of Dr. B's turn. Brent, you have now been punched in the face by a purple bee and sent flying for 1 point of damage. What would you like to do?
Brent's angry. He's real angry. And he's going to rage and charge forward and swing at Dr. Bees, and just as he's about to, his stomach does that weird lurch. He's like, oh, no. So he's got to roll with disadvantage because I think he's poisoned. I think that's how that works.
Oh, shoot. I think that is how that works. Yeah, thank you for remembering that.
I got you. Well, the low end was a 12 plus 5, which is 17.
That hits.
Damn.
Yeah. Roll some damage for Dr. Bees.
I got a 17 and a 12.
I believe you, don't you worry.
I got a 6 on that, plus 3 is 9 points of damage.
Ooh.
As essentially gone down into the sort of crunch, like he was aiming for his head, but the sort of the hammerhead just sort of collides with his shoulder and pushes him into the wall. It's like, oh no!
Very nice.
I need to find a bathroom.
Nice.
I need to find a bathroom.
Very nice.
Oh.
In fact, for that one, your stomach steels itself, and you feel just the course of electric energy course through your body as the thrill of battle overtakes you. Is there anything else you want to do on your turn, Brent?
No, but does that do anything for me, or is it?
No, you just feel a tingle of electricity through you.
Cool. Take. Yeah, that's it. That's it for now.
All right, top of the round. That is going to be Bennett. You are very hurt on the floor, but you are alive and prone. What would you like to do?
Okay, so I would like to cast Chill Touch on Dr. B. I don't know. I didn't write down whether that's a save or an attack.
It's an attack. I know that spell well. That's an attack. So go ahead and just roll for me as a spectral hand emerges from your fist and wraps around Dr. B's throat.
14.
14 hits Dr. B's. He is, after all, just wearing spandex.
It's almost like he's wearing
4
nothing
damage,
at all.
and
Nothing
he can't regain HP.
Very nice. How many damage did you say?
4.
Okay. Yeah, you see as he's getting choked out, he says, I am inevitable.
That's not okay.
This guy is never gonna get tenure.
Oh, this is too fun. Solomon, you're up.
Okay, you're good. And he's going to run over with his mop, and he's going to light it up. And by light it up, I mean that vines begin to grow around it as he casts Shillelagh on it. And he swings his mop at Dr. B.
Absolutely.
To that one.
Okay. So you see as this mop extends, the vines twisting around it. The vines actually grow into the floor, and as you go to swing it, the mop stops there in place. You kind of struggle with it for a second, and then you break it off and you have your mop again, but you are unable to connect with your swing.
That's me.
All right. Katie, it is your turn.
She's gonna be like, oh, that was bad. And she's gonna look at Dr. Bees and go, you have shitty fashion sense, and cast Vicious Mockery.
Sure. What type of save is that?
Wisdom.
Dr. Bees hangs around bees all day. I'm not sure how wise he is. So we're going to say he has a -2 to his wisdom. So that's going to be a big 9.
That does not succeed.
All right. What happens to him?
He takes 1d4 damage. So he takes a whopping 1 damage.
Yeah, he does. His face is getting choked by this spectral hand, and it's turning purple as he's coughing and spitting, and he's you can see that these words are hitting home, and his mind is getting confused and angry and upset. Is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
No, but I did the wild magic, and it's I have to shout when I speak for the next minute.
Good. Move your microphone away from your face for me. We can't hear you. Would you please shout a little bit?
Oh, sorry. I'm not gonna shout into the mic, but
everyone else, just imagine that she is shouting for the foreseeable future. Is there anything else you want to do on your turn? Perhaps say something?
Sure. She's just gonna be like, this is not going well.
Very good stage shouting. Bravo. I'll give you inspiration for that. That was quite well done. As an audio engineer, I appreciate you.
I did take theater classes in college.
Up next, it is the bees' turn, and the bees are going to they're going to attack you, Solomon, because you breathed smoke in their face. And there you see one bee crawls up the vine of your mop, and it's going to attempt to sting you on the hand. That's going to be a 16. Does that hit your armor class?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so these bees are still at pretty much full health, so you're going to take some damage on this. And I'm rolling okay. That is going to be a total of 7 points of damage. How are you looking?
Hurt, but he's still
You're still up. All right, yeah. So you see this bee is repeatedly stinging into you, and
bees
you're
can't
like,
repeatedly sting.
That's not a bee. That's a wasp. And you say, oh, well, wasps are evil. I can fight these.
Yeah.
And you steel yourself for the next round. It is Dr. Bees' turn. He's getting choked by a spectral hand. There's a hammer against his shoulder. He's struggling. He's going to reach down, and he's going to his hand that is not being pinned is going to reach for a jar, and he knocks it over, and he smashes a jar with a colored bee in it. And I'm going to roll to see which jar he gets.
Which of the bees?
So you see as a dark orange bee falls to the ground and hovers into the ground, and the bee flies up into the air, and all of a sudden the music that you are used to hearing, that used to hearing the kind of segue da 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 sound. All of a sudden, this bee begins to do something very similar for Dr. Bees, and you begin to hear the sweet sounds of the Bee Gees. Well, you can't tell by the way I walk my walk, I'm a woman's man. No time to talk. This is, of course, the Soul Bee. Oh, I'm so glad that happened.
Infinity bees.
So that does nothing for him, and Brent, it is your turn.
Cool. Pretty B. Bang.
Roll that die.
Twice, because again, stomach feels bad. Fading fast. Need to find a restroom.
Barbarian needs food badly.
That was a 12 and then a 3.
So you go for the head, but the spectral hand just kind of yanks the head to the side as it's choking it, and you slam down once more on the shoulder.
Should have aimed for the head.
That's the end of your turn, Brent. Bennett, it is your turn.
Okay, so I am going to again cast sleep on the room, which will hit the lowest HP creatures first.
Roll some dice. This
Yeah.
could go very nicely for you.
I'm at 3, by the way.
Oh, this could go really poorly for you.
I mean, just puts them to sleep, so.
What's the radius on this?
20 feet. 30.
Oh, this whole room, definitely.
Is it a point? Is it a point you can see within range?
Yeah. So 20 feet from a point I can see within range.
That's the entire room.
Yeah, that's what I figured. But I figured at least it'll hit the, like, lowest HP bees first and get them out of the way.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. What's everyone's hit points at right now?
10.
3.
3.
9.
I'm at 1,
And
but
you?
can I cast sleep on myself?
Let's find out. Roll some dice for me.
Alright, what do you need for a roll?
I need to know the total number of number that you are going to roll on these dice. I think it's 5d8 or something.
I got
like that.
30 for that.
30. That might put everyone in the room to sleep.
I mean, we did call the police, so that could be a bonus.
First of all, Solomon, you fall asleep.
Okay.
Dr. Bees also falls asleep. Brent, you fall asleep. And then Katie, you also fall asleep. So currently, Bennett, you are standing in a
the
room.
Bees are asleep, right?
It's a swarm of bees, so they have 22 hit points.
Oh, going for the total.
Yup.
Okay, cool.
So Brent, you are now standing in a room full of swarmy bees. Dr. Bees is unconscious. Solomon, you're asleep. What would you like to do?
Dream.
Great. What are you dreaming of?
I'm dreaming of pleasant bees and my little beehive on the ship.
You produce wonderful honey. Occasionally, you'll get like some crackers, and you don't want to take too much because after all, the bees need it. But every now and then, you'll treat yourself, and it's lovely. And that's what you're dreaming of as we move on to Katie's turn. Katie, what would you like to do? You're asleep.
Katie is snoring and drooling onto the floor. It's real attractive.
Absolutely. That is exactly what's going on. Now, Katie, it is the bees' turn. The bees are going to make a wisdom saving throw. And they rolled a natural 20. The bees all of a sudden do Bennett at a very, very rapid fire pace. They used to be kind of scattered, but they all turn towards you on a dime, and they directly head for you in a beeline, if you will. However, you expect them to begin attacking you, but they stop right in front of the pencil case, and they just stand there waiting. They're all in a line, just right outside the pencil case. It is Dr. Bees' turn. He is asleep. He is being choked by a spectral hand, and he is turning purple. Brent, it is your turn.
The spectral hand went away as soon as it hit my turn again.
Okay, so the purpleness is fading back to a normal non-purpleness. Brent, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Brent is asleep. He's currently...
Great.
As he was sort of passing out on top of Dr. Bees.
Oh, absolutely.
his eyes just sort of focused on this weird glove on the top shelf. And
It is, of course, part of his beekeeper suit.
All Brent can really tell from it is that he just wants to put the bees into the divots on the knuckles and in the center bit of this beekeeper outfit. And
What a strange dream you're having. What a strange, odd dream you're having. It's the top of the round. Well done. Bennett, it is your turn.
So I want to do two things. I want to let the bee out and at the same time, like with my other hand, squeeze more of the the drink stuff that I gave it out for the other bees to eat.
Absolutely. Would you like to use your action to use the mind bee?
Yes.
Okay. You spend your action in enabling the power of the mind bee to flow through you. And you realize that you now have the power to control all of the bees in the room.
I tell them that they can have a drink of the stuff that I'm pouring out onto the ground.
They seem very happy to do so, and they all swarm to this 5-hour energy drink, and they begin licking it up. We are now out of initiative, so I don't know how sleep works. Is it just a minute?
I don't know.
I believe it's just a minute.
Until
So Bennett,
ends, yeah.
I believe we're gonna go with a minute. So Bennett, you have a minute to do whatever you want to do in this room full of bees, and your sleeping friends and your sleeping enemy.
You could smack us awake.
Brent, you got something?
I just want to point out that Rick is still watching all of this.
Oh, Rick is actually sound asleep.
Have the cops arrived yet?
You do hear sirens in the distance, Bennett, but they have not gotten close yet.
So I want to like go tie up Dr. Bees, and then I want to tell all the other bees to go in the briefcase and tell them that I have a new home for them with someone who really likes bees, who's going to take care of them.
Absolutely,
and
yeah.
So gather them all up, and then I want to have Dr. Bees tied up. I think I want to take part of his bee keeper outfit and tie him up with that because he doesn't deserve it.
Okay, all right.
And then just wait for everyone kind of to wake up, and I'm just gonna be standing there with an empty with a full briefcase full of bees and Dr. Bees tied up.
Absolutely. You do so. What are you doing about the bees on the shelves? There are two multicolored bees still remaining on the shelves. There is a blue bee and there is a red bee. Are you leaving them there, or are you putting them in the briefcase with the other bees?
I mean, they're safely in there, and I'm gonna let Solomon handle this when he wakes up. So I'll let him deal with that. But I just wanted to get everything kind of settled before everyone woke up, and then I could hand all the bees over and let people who know about bees make decisions.
Great, yeah. You do so, and everyone else, you begin to stir as the spell wears off, and you all awaken. Stir. Well done, sir. Yes, absolutely. Yes, you guys begin to wake up very slowly, and you come to realize that Bennett is sitting on the chest of Dr. Bees, who has been tied up thoroughly, trussed like a pig. And you all are standing there as you begin to hear sirens getting close to the building.
Wow, BB, you're really good at that.
I got bees for you. They said they want to live with you, or I told them they were going to go live with you. So I think you own all these bees now. And also those if you want them.
That's nice.
Katie comes to and is just like,
where's the green
I'm gonna make
bee?
sure that copier jams.
That bee's it's in the briefcase.
You guys have not actually. Bennett, you can't make this check because this happened more than 2 minutes ago. But Brent, if you'd like to make a history check, you can try and remember if you have seen a green bee before.
Well, because I just saw it in my dream, and I want to see if I remember it.
You did.
And I rolled a 10, but I'm still inspired, so I'm going to use my inspiration. that adds another 4 to this, and I'm a proficient in history, so that's 14, 16. That's 16.
So you do remember seeing a green bee terrorizing the populace in the middle of town when you first saw
no.
Dr. Bees, and you was attempting to put all of his bees back into his briefcase one by one, but you caught him in the middle of doing this, so he was apparently unable to collect all of the bees that he set loose before having to run away.
Not the time bee.
Don't worry, it'll be there next time.
Ah! Okay.
Unless there's anything you guys would like to do, I'm
gonna-
gonna try and wrap some.
Brent is just going to go over to Rick and make sure he's okay.
He stirs and he seems to be very grateful for the attention. And you take care of him as you guys you help him up as you guys collect the bees. Solomon, you seem to have a good idea. You'll be able to find a good home for these bees. So you collect them up. Bennett, you hand Dr. Bees over to Officer Enswald, who's very happy to have another easy caller. You guys go back to your airship. How do you get back to your airship, by the way?
Can I add something to
Please.
this? Okay. After the police have come and dealt with all of this, Brent is going to turn to Rick and say, "Hey, we were talking to some of our friends before, and they recommended you to become part of the team. You said you could be a driver for us. Are you still interested in doing that?"
Well, that'd be lovely. You know who I am.
Yeah, of course we know who you are. You're Rick.
I have a Twitter account. He hands you a business card.
I know. I'm following it.
Well,
yeah, we already follow you.
What?
Didn't you see?
He checks his phone. You guys follow me? Well, this is great. How can I ever repay you?
Also, the Averagengers follow you now because if you want to be, you're an Averanger.
I am. Come, let's go back to the Averagengers headquarters. I'll take you there myself. He
Okay,
says,
it's up in
dropping
the air.
his accent entirely. Yes, and so you take the rickshaw back to your airship easily enough.
We just need to think of a name for you and a power, but we can focus on that later.
Apparently, it is winged rickshaw driving because I have no idea how else you guys get back to the airship.
We build a ramp, and he just goes over it. There's explosions in the back
No,
as we go.
We absolutely.
We use the space bee, of course.
Can we just call him
we have
Pegasus?
an actual launch pad that you trampoline up from.
As you guys use the space bee to propel yourselves down this ramp as explosions go off as you pass each section of the ramp. You go flying high into the air, Rick's legs kind of doing this as he's in front of you all. You land on the trampoline, bouncing incredibly high into the air, landing perfectly onto your headquarters high above New York City. And that is where we will end tonight's session. Thank you guys so much for playing. This was ridiculously fun.
This was so
And
great.
thank you guys.
Will.
Thank you guys for watching. This, as we mentioned at the start of the show, was part of 2019 Nerdsmith Subdrive. So feel free to check out more of what we do at nerdsmith.org. If you guys wouldn't mind going around just one more time in case people dropped in, tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, and where else we can find you on the internet. So let's start with Kiri. Would you like to go?
So I'm Kiri. You can find me on Twitter as Exile from Life and on pretty much any social media as Find Your Anchor Point. I am a DM. If you join the Nerdsmith Discord, hit me up in Game Room and I might be running some one-shots.
Awesome. Allie, where can people find you online?
I'm Allie. I'm at Perfect Casima at most things. make a lot of GIFs, watch a lot of shows, hang out all the time. Can promise that my Twitter is very boring and I'm constantly posting on it. Absolute promise.
Wonderful. Professor Monologue would be very proud. Russ, you wanna take it next?
Yeah, sure. I'm Russell. I can be found on Twitter at Rusty_S18. Again, I can also guarantee that my Twitter is just as boring and even less active, so it's fine.
Wonderful.
I am more like Dr. Bees than Dr. Monologue.
Oh, me
okay.
too, man. Me too. I that was very personal what I said about his Twitter profile.
I am on Countless Heroes as Finku, the rogue wizard, who I
Yes.
enjoy very much. And I am now part of Geek Thyself, a duo show where we talk about geeky things and everything else. So feel free to check that out if you want.
Awesome.
We riff on things for like 30 minutes and have like 17 tangents before we get back to the point.
That sounds like a perfect podcast to me. Zach, where can people find you?
So you can find me on Twitter at DuskFayDruid. You'll see it right there. You can also find me on the Nerdsmith public Discord. I think it's placed in the Twitch doobly-doo. So you can find me there. I run one-shots as well weekly. And you can also find me on Countless Heroes, where I play Primeheart, the Goliath cleric monk, who kicks ass and grows trees and is just a general cool dude.
Oh yeah.
And what about you, Will?
So,
Where can people
Yeah,
find
what
you?
about
so,
you, Will?
I'm Will Crosswait. I am the DM for this session. I am a musician and a writer, and you can find a bit more about what I do on willcrosswait.com, which is where most of my music is. And you can complain about all of my puns at Crosswait Music on Twitter. Now, if you'd like to enter a giveaway, we're going to do that right now. If you use the use the code Averagengers, so have fun spelling that. I'm sure that will not be a problem for you guys. So go ahead and use that word, and I'll talk about a couple more things, and then let you know who won. We're going to have our next stream on Monday afternoon for our sub drive. It is going to be 5e D&D, just like tonight was. It's going to be at noon Pacific Standard Time. So fair warning to all of you Central or East Coast folks. And it's going to be run by my friend Matthew Siebert, who was actually part of a musical project I did a year ago. Great guy, and I'm sure he's going to be doing some awesome stuff on Monday. I want to thank World Anvil and Die Hard Dice for sponsoring this. These are some wonderful people, wonderful products. Please go check them out. And we've got a trailer coming up right after this for Final Rights. So we're going to roll that when we say goodbye. Now, do we have the winner for the giveaway, Logan? The winner is going to be Celtic Fox, or if you're
Nice.
Celtic Fox won, or if you're a basketball fan, Celtic Fox won. So congratulations, Celtic Fox. You can look for your giveaway in. I'm sure someone's going to PM you, or something awesome will happen.
Shout out to Celtic. She's one of my players.
Awesome!
Nice.
Congratulations,
Nice.
Celtic. Rock and roll. So that's going to be it for us on tonight's stream. Stay tuned for a trailer for Final Rights, and thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Bye, guys.